It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Yeah. Y'all must have forgot I'm on my Roy Jones. Flow terminally ill, talking full blown. The Ghost Rider, I wrote the script to your tombstone. Kill your favorite rappers and tandems, call it a group home. I've been keeping it discreet, but this shit ain't sweet. Once I hit my motor, start to reach. Niggas shit they breach. I got songs in like 200 shows, what I gotta lead. Pull a nigga name up on the sheet and it's bon appetit. Fucking with the wrong one, I hope you got a strong gun. They verse I'm going on them, they call me the Shogun. Pull a beat, 15 minutes, bet I get this song done. I can't trust a rap nigga that's stepping with his toes done. Fuck him out. Shout the Lord done it all. I'm Barry Sanders. I'm juking niggas from the coin toss. I'ma run the ball. That's 6 points. I get the money off the ripple when my pinpoints. Pinpoint precision. Envision me on my rich boy. D's on the bit. Trigger finger if it's itchy. I might squeeze on the flip. Bullets coming with a name. Let you bleed on the tip. Put a nigga in the box. Then I'm fleeing on the trip. I'm too king for me to slip. I want Parmesan. I Parmesan. I walking the alarms on. I'm barking like a dog. And now your bones are what I'm chomping on. Sun down, bitch. I'm back to bending like it's Ramadan. Yo, 15 minutes was broad, it's like a calling card. Don't mean to ramble, this shit is like a free sample. I'm here to make an example, these appetizers ain't ample enough. Fire like a candle, I'm up, right from the panel I jump. Back in this shit, entertaining y'all on my channel, I'm the main event. Learn to use my voice so I can pay the rent. Nigga talking shit behind the phone that they ain't pay to get. Drop and give me 50, nigga, I get on my trainer shit. I don't do no freestyle, tell me I get paid to spit. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this afternoon. Once again, I hope you had a good time with your family over the holiday, and if not, I hope it gets better for you. And if it doesn't, you still got the rest of the weekend to figure it out. All right? Now, in this video, we're going to be getting into Drake allegedly, and I'm just going to say allegedly, wanting to compete with Kendrick Lamar once again, but this time not in the form of a rap battle, but in terms of touring. All right? Now, y'all know a couple of weeks ago, Billboard broke the story that Drake fired his booking agent because him and Kendrick Lamar shared the same person amongst them, right? They both had the same booking agent. And of course, Kendrick Lamar with the Grand National Tour just went out and shattered records. Him and SZA shattered records. The tour is not completely over. There's still a couple more dates next month. Not all the dates have been fully reported. I think there's still about another 7 shows that haven't been put in. But what we do know is with the reported metrics that have been put in, Grand National Tour brought in about $366 million. Okay? That's what we know for certain. Now, again, it wasn't until the numbers were pretty much reported that Drake went in there and fired the agent that they both had. Now we have the DJ That Don't Spin coming out, and he's claiming that Drake is trying to gear up for the Iceman tour. Don't even have the Iceman album. You worried about a tour and don't even got your album together. That's dumb. But claiming that he's gearing up for this tour and he wants to go back out and try to compete. He wants to break Kendrick's record, right? And I'm guessing he wants to attempt to do this next year. So he's not wasting no time. He's trying to finish up the album. I don't know if the writers are responding back to him, if they're sending records or not. But that seems to be the big goal on his itinerary. And I guess the act of firing the booking agent was his way of letting it be known, I'm going to do this on my own. We already know that Drake is in a deal with Live Nation. He's been carrying out that deal for a very long time. We even have voice notes of him talking about how he's out here slaving for Live Nation, right? So we know that. He admitted that in his own words. And now he wants to do it devoid of a booking agent, just him, Live Nation, and looking up at those numbers that Kendrick put up this year. So apparently he's got that picture on his wall while he cooks up. Uh, so I'm gonna get into these couple of videos from the DJ that don't spin because again, he's about the only guy that will actually speak on behalf of Drake. He claims to have insider information. How much of it is actually true? Whoever knows. But let's get to it. All right. So in this first clip, we have the DJ that don't spin attempting to give insider news about the reasons and the potential conflict with Brent Smith, who is the agent that they both shared, and why Drake parted ways.
Because his booking agent reps Kendrick as well. Now, this is a lot of drama and tea, kind of, because it kind of shows that these guys don't fuck with each other.
This is what shows that they don't fuck with each other. Excuse me, they had a whole battle. They both made it abundantly clear they don't fuck with each other. Them niggas been exchanging disses at each other for about 13 years. It's super clear they don't fuck with each other. But okay.
And, they're also thinking, not like on some niggas is just butthurt, people are thinking conflict of interest, which means you're not going to work for me and work for my op. This ain't that. Remember I covered when YoungBoy got represented by Drew Finland, and then Drew Finland showed up, and Drew Finland is the lawyer for Lil Durk. So the same lawyer that got YoungBoy free is actually the lawyer for Lil Durk. And you see lawyers kind of work for guys who might not like each other, but an agent, if you don't know, and I'll break down the business here. So what happens is you have these big companies that are agencies that book tours, they book Rolling Louds. So Drake isn't picking up the phone saying, I'm going to do the show, right? There's going to be an agent that does it. The big agent.
And just to be clear, agents don't just book tours and Rolling Loud, all right? Booking agents can also put together any kind of package, anything that you need, right? Booking agents can even get you booked on podcasts and all different type of stuff, because artists ain't always tapped in with everything, you know what I mean? So they're fielding offers from all over the place. People want you to perform at a bar mitzvah, booking agent. People want you to perform at a birthday party, booking agent. People want you to come perform at a fucking, I won't say wedding reception, but if they wanted to, they would be reaching out to your booking agent. Now they could reach out to the manager, but the manager's gonna just reroute you anyway. So whatever the realm of possibility, you know what I mean? Oh, I want to go perform in a Bermuda Triangle. Ain't that what Kendrick did some years ago? Booking agent. Somebody in Saudi Arabia want you to come, one of them kings, want you to come perform for his kid's birthday? Booking agent. So just to be clear, that was a very big oversimplification.
Agencies are UTA, CAA, you have WME, there's a company called Wasserman, and there's a few like other companies that are kind of like, almost independent companies. How do they work? Well, they work on percentage. So if you book, I don't know, say $100 million in tours and performances, they'll get 10%. They've made $10 million, right? Now, usually they book way more than that. Most of these companies, CAA is probably booking billions, right? So they're going to pull in hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue, right? Because a booking agent, and we're not just talking about just a regular booking agent. This is almost like, this is a agent, right? So for example, I'll let you know this. For my Spotify deal, I was rep by UTA. I'm very transparent with y'all. There's nothing to hide. So whatever that final number was, the millions that Spotify gave me, there was a percentage that went to UTA. UTA podcast, and by the way, shout out to my guy over there, UTA podcast. He's the biggest at doing it. He's the one who negotiated my deal, Call Her Daddy's deal. I forgot, he negotiated some of the really biggest deals. What does that mean? So when Spotify gives me the bag, they get a percentage of the bag. Usually about like 10% or so. Now, that applies to even artists when they book shows, speaking engagements, and other things. So, for example, Drake, who's booking a $320 million tour, if you are the booking agent, which, by the way, you don't have to do much work. If you're repping Drake, Drake at this point, Live Nation got him damn near in a deal. They don't really need you. So if
Damn
you're his
near?
agent, you're getting a free $30 million. And it's coming into your company. Now, Drake had an agent who basically didn't have to do anything because Live Nation had him under a contract where he's doing these big tours, so they don't have to book tours. They would only have to book Drake for these one-off shows, and Drake don't really do one-off shows. Drake ain't doing Rolling Loud, really. Drake ain't doing, like, this festival or that. Drake kind of does his own tour and does nothing else, right? You know what I mean? If he's popping up at somebody's show, he's doing it for free. So this guy is basically his agent. So it's giving a lot of cachet to, this company. What is this company? And I'm giving you so much, and this is music business insider shit you guys will never hear unless you tune into ACK. And this is why I think I earned my money in terms of
Hold on, y'all. Give me a second.
having you watch me. So CAA, the biggest agency company. UTA, like the second, right? WME is huge with music. Music festivals is especially big with country music, okay? There's another company called Wasserman. So some agent left like one of these companies and made their own big company. An agent named Brent Smith kind of defected over there, and essentially they repped people like, I don't think they rep Travis Scott. I gotta see. Let me look up actually who Brent Smith reps. Brent Smith reps. Right here, Wasserman Music. So this guy Brent Smith is this guy right here. You've never seen him before, but this is a major player because he basically walks into any room and they get to realize for you to book Drake, you got to go through him. Okay, he's Drake's agent, right? Now he works for Wasserman, right? And he's gotten this big, see, Billboard gave him a power player. He gets this big ass role, EVP and managing executive. Why? Because he reps Drake. Is he doing mad work? Not disrespecting him, but you're repping Drake. Drake got to deal with Live Nation. You don't really got to do shit for Drake. Drake is Drake. Get what I'm saying? However, he was also repping, and just listen to this. Remember, this is 2023. Brent Smith, blah, blah, blah. With artists like Ed Sheeran, Imagine Dragons launching stadium tour, Drake planning his first world tour in 5 years, SZA preparing for her sold-out arena tour, Frank Ocean, da-da-da. Wasserman Music's looking at blah, 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 da-da-da. Essentially, this guy was also repping Kendrick Lamar, okay? And with him repping Kendrick Lamar, look, see, and you can see here, Wasserman's unparalleled global insights propel blockbuster tours from many of the world's most impactful artists, including Kendrick Lamar. Drake realized that the guy, you know what I mean? And I don't know if there's more drama behind the scenes. There probably is. But Drake has dropped him as his agent because he reps Kendrick Lamar. Keep in mind, this guy may have used the data that goes from, I'm not saying he did nothing improper. So this is me speculating. And just to be fair, because I want to be fair to him, I'm speaking on really super insider business, but this is a huge deal. Trust me. At all I talk to people at CAA, UTA, Wasserman, and even WME. They're all buzzing about this one particular story. Brent Smith, who repped Kendrick and Drake, some people feel like he may have used data of where Drake would be successful in markets he was successful in, and basically also leverage some of the stuff with Drake to get Kendrick this amazing deal. And
now, how the fuck? Come on, man. How are we saying that this guy took data of where Drake would have done great if Drake has never done a stadium tour? Why am I going to take Drake's arena data and compare and say, oh yeah, you would do great here off of Drake's arena data when Kendrick says we doing stadiums? Okay? And it was already a conversation. We're talking about 2023 between Kendrick, SZA, TDE, Punch, etc. about putting together the Kendrick and SZA stadium tour. So you're saying they're talking about this in 2023 At the time, Drake is doing another arena tour. We wrapped up in 2024, about a week before the battle, because Like That came out while he was still on stages. He started doing all them weird ass rants on stage. It's not one nigga that can fuck with me, and I believe that wholeheartedly. As I stand in front of y'all in front of this stage, then it's not one nigga that can fuck with me out here, Crody. He wraps up the tour, and he wants to try to rush Kendrick. Come outside, nigga, I'm out here. Look at you, emotional. As Loaded Lux would have said. But if you leave it to the DJ that don't spin, he believes that this guy Brent Smith is giving Kendrick Drake's data. Sounds strange to me. Especially when, if you look at the way that the lawsuit situation played out, Drake was the one asking for Kendrick's paperwork. He wanted to see Kendrick's contract. He wanted to see who he was doing deals with. He wanted to see all of the partnerships. How did you get this? How did you get that? How you got the Super Bowl? How you got all these Grammys? How you got this? How you got that? But you mean to tell me that Kendrick is the one worried about Drake's data? So this dude can't even report in a balanced, neutral way about shit that really don't even fucking matter. Strange. Now, here's where he gets to the Iceman tour. Supposedly, he wants to try to compete with Kendrick's numbers. Okay? We already got to the point of him firing the dude, Brent Smith. He's feeling some type of way. Kendrick's got the #1 tour out. So now he wants to try to go head to head with the champ all over again, but this time on stage.
And yes, it would be chess, because what it basically shows is that Drake, who is probably going to break the worldwide record, and I would imagine he's going to aim to break the worldwide record. Keep in mind, Kendrick did not break his U.S. record in terms of 350. Kendrick broke the worldwide record for rappers, right? So a consistent tour worldwide, Kendrick has the highest grossing, but in North America, in a tour consistent for North America, Drake has the record. I think Drake wants to beat the world record.
And again, he cannot report in a neutral way. All right. So with this North American record, Drake has the record because he did 80 shows in North America. The whole tour, It's All a Blur, was all in America, or North America, shall we say. Kendrick's was a world tour. Kendrick did maybe half of his tour in America. All right? So he didn't do 80 shows. He did like maybe 30, 27, 28 shows in America. The other half international. So we're talking about two very different strategies, two very different ways of approaching the touring business. Instead of doubling and tripling up in every city and state, Kendrick just did one stop, get these motherfuckers in this bitch, and we moving on. Drake, as we all know, he'll do back-to-backs. You know what I'm saying? Which ain't nothing wrong with that. Other artists in the industry do back-to-backs too. Fucking Beyonce will fuck around and do a back-to-back. You know what I mean? There's no shame in that, but we're just talking about two very different strategies. So when you say, oh, Drake has the title for American tour or North American tour, yeah, the whole tour was a North American tour. Nobody else was included. But you're not going to speak on the technicality. The nigga did 80 shows in this bitch. Who else you know doing 80 shows in North America only? Typically, an 80-show tour is a world tour. Anyway.
Going into next year, and I think he's saying, yo, I don't need an agent, really. But if I'm going to have an agent, my agent's not going to rep my op. Fuck that.
The beast isn't over. Meanwhile, Kendrick and SZA.
It's not with the nigga I hated. I probably would, if I'm seeing the lawyer kind of fuck with that nigga a lot too, I'm good. Let me get a different lawyer. You have that lawyer. Like, I don't want to have the same lawyer with my op. I don't want to have the same nothing with my op. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to have the same car salesman with my op. No, there's many car salesmen out here, especially if you're at the level of Drake. Why would I want to have anything with my op? You're going to pick between us. You're either going to have me or you're going to have that nigga. And if you have that nigga, you can't have me. You can't have us both. It doesn't work like that, okay? Because here's the thing. Not saying this guy will be pillow talking, but I don't want you to let my op know what the fuck I'm going to do before I'm going to do it. Also, keep in mind, you hear Kendrick even in the beef rap about, oh, he knows all these secrets in OVO. Well, forget OVO. One of the ways you can know all the secrets with me is if you know exactly what's going on with me, and I don't want that to happen. So I could see that going on.
Let's be clear. I highly doubt Kendrick is worried about what the fuck Drake got going on. All right? Let's be clear. There's nothing else. No round twos. Drake been trying to find a way to compete for a fucking year. It was this time last year he was telling niggas to gear up from round two. It was this time last year that nigga started going to the courthouse and filing petitions and shit, getting ready for lawsuits and digging around trying to see, hey, you guys cut a side deal with Kendrick? You guys taking less royalties so y'all can promote Not Like Us? What's this sweetheart deal you got with Kendrick? Nothing was found. Judge said, get this shit out my fucking face. So here we have the touring data, all right? And this is not even the final numbers, okay? They're reporting 350 million. It's 361 million, by the way. And that's with 39 out of 47 shows being reported on. So we still have a couple dates that have not been added, right? And even the 4th and the 11th in Australia, there's 2 extra dates that are going to be added for this as well. I believe, because you got the Schoolboy Q and Doechii dates alternating. So there's an extra 2 shows. So it will actually be 49, if I'm not mistaken, when it's all said and done. So that's a whole 10 extra shows that haven't been reported. If you look at the data here, it's $361,579,229 in reported revenue. They've sold 1.7 million tickets, reported capacity 1.78, percentage sold 98%, average revenue at each stop $9.2 million, right? That's the average. Some dates they did 15, 17, some dates they did 7, 8, but on average, 9 million a show. Right? Average ticket sold 45,163. Average ticket price $200. Still an additional 10 shows. So even if you take that 9 million, right, and you just say at a base level, if the next 10 shows do 9 million, that's an additional 90 million in tour revenue. That's just being a safe ballpark, right? 9 million. They could do 10, 15, 18, you never know. But just at a safe measure, that's an extra 90 million. So if they stay at that measure, this will end somewhere in the margin of $450 million for the complete tour. Less than 50 shows, not 80. Right? So with that being stated, let's look at Drake's data for Some Sexy Songs for You, because he went on a tour this year. He don't seem to want to embrace it, but he did. We saw it. It was incomplete. So here we have the touring data from Some Special Shows for You. Okay? Reported data for that tour is 57,318,110, which again, it's not no small margins. If you could bring in $50 million to tour, you doing something. You doing something right. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and act like homeboy ain't doing nothing, like he's just like he went from number 1 to number 25 in the industry. That's not how this is playing out, right? But if you want to compare and you want to compete with a nigga that you thought you was bigger than, this ain't going to cut the mustard. It's just what it is. Mustard. Anyway, so he brought in $57,318,110. They sold about 331,248 tickets. Reported capacity, same. 100% percentage sold. They had average revenue of $2,865,906. Average ticket sold 16,562. Average ticket price $173.04. And he reported 20 out of 34 dates. This tour has been over for the last 2 months, going on 3. And there's still 14 unreported dates, okay? The only dates that they reported were the sold out ones. But the ones that I guess weren't have not been reported. All right? So if we look at the margins that were brought in from this particular tour, 57 million. They have 20 out of 34 dates reported, and he brought in 2.8 million per show on average. So if you take that 14 unreported shows and you do pretty much the same calculation, and I would even round it up to 3 million from 2.8. You do 14 times 3, you get what? Another, let's see, 14, 20, was it 42? Add another 42 million. You get about $99 million across the 34 cities, 34 dates. So just under 100 million. It's possible he could have hit 100 million. But that's what we're talking about. 34 dates clocking in $100 million. Again, not a small margin, nothing to laugh at. But Kendrick across 47, and they only reported, 39 of them shit so far? We see that's a massive difference. Almost 4 times of a massive difference. But you're saying that he's planning on going out and breaking Kendrick's record? Is he planning to do a stadium tour next year? That would be interesting. And I'm going to be honest, not only would it be interesting, but I just think this is a bad move on Drake's part. I think going into 2026, the best thing he could possibly do is try to act like the battle never happened. Stop rapping about it. Stop harping on it. Stop sending subliminal shots in interviews. Stop taking digs on Instagram stories. Stop planting seeds with commentators and streamers. Just act like it never happened. Put it behind you. You lost. There is no other win. You know what I mean? You got reports coming out. You're getting sued for misleading the public. They saying you got 300 billion fake streams or something crazy. So where is the win in trying to compete with this guy? He's the guy. You had your time, and you're still gonna have time, right? Because he still has fans, he has stands, he has people that eat, drink, sleep, and apparently have sex to his music, and they don't want to hear nothing else, allegedly. So why are you still worried about Kendrick? Kendrick ain't worried about you. He ain't spoke on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't think he's going to continue to rap about your ass, personally. So the best thing you could do is leave that shit alone. He already told you in the Super Bowl commercials, no round twos. You get one chance. But he's just looking anywhere. I need a max win. Anywhere. And you done fired your booking agent, the person who been with you for years. And you're gonna try to outdo Kendrick shit without homeboy? Without the person who intimately knows all of your shit? Like, you followed dude to Wasserman. Okay. Be my guest. We'll talk about it. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be safe out there. Peace. Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and greats unacknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I had to